Caitlin Clark, you really getting to see her explode. I think she's going to be probably the first WNBA player to average like about 34, 35 a game. I think she got that kind of potential.
You know, she's got it. She's got what they call that it factor, right? And some people got it and some people don't.
She has lived up to expectations, right? I'm looking at her the way I look at LeBron James.
You know, I usually stay out of these conversations, but with Caitlin Clark, I can't stay silent anymore.
You already know Caitlin Clark isn't just a standout, she is changing the entire game. This isn't your average rising star story. Caitlin is rewriting what's possible in women's basketball, and even NBA legends are sitting up and taking notice. Her impact massive. The buzz around the WNBA has exploded, and a huge part of that is Caitlin's electric play and star power. But just when you thought the hype had hit its peak, the one and only Michael Jordan decided to chime in. And when MJ talks, the whole sports world listens. What he said about Caitlin, it's a statement that could shift the conversation forever. Caitlin's shot is something special. It's the kind that makes you stop mid-scroll, sit up and ask, did she really just hit that? She's turning doubters into believers and casual fans into diehards. And now, NBA vet Patrick Beverley, who's never one to sugarcoat anything, has thrown in his take. Let's just say his raw, no-filter reaction caught even us by surprise. Get ready, because what Beverley said about Caitlin Clark's game might just blow your mind.
Now, so I got to get on that bike and stroll for a couple 5, 6, 7 minutes. So while I'm strolling through the park, I'm looking at her shoot it. And she's one of those shooters where, if you know, as a gym rat, you guys know, like, damn, bro, why you throw that pass bad? Give me the ball in my chest. I'm like, oh, she's a gangster also.
She's lighting people up.
Throw me the ball the way I want it.
What drill was it? What drill was she running?
I don't know. She was doing a 2 in a row corner wing. And if you miss, you have to go back to the next spot. And if you missed again, you have to go back to the starting spot.
Patrick Beverley isn't exactly known for holding back, and when he praises someone, you know it's the real deal. His take on Caitlin Clark. Pure respect, but Beverley's not alone. Enter Jeff Teague, a former NBA All-Star and champion. Teague spent over a decade in the league as a steady, reliable guard. He was never the loudest voice or the face of flashy endorsements, but now that he's retired, he's speaking up without filters, and he's got some serious words for the one. But Teague is calling out the league for how it's handling Caitlin Clark's arrival. With her unmatched popularity and the spotlight she brings, he believes the WNBA is dropping the ball in a big way. His message is clear. A star like Caitlin doesn't come around often, and the league better figure out how to handle it.
Played this all wrong, bro.
Terribly, bro.
They was supposed to gas this shit. This is why people don't watch this shit when y'all leave college. Women's sports, cause y'all hating on the best thing that's gonna happen to the W.
Jeff Teague's delivery may be a little rough around the edges, but the heart of his message makes a lot of sense. After years of heated discussions about the gender pay gap and the WNBA's struggle for visibility, Caitlin Clark has finally given the league a serious push forward. She's not just a player, she's a movement. Still, her welcome to the pros has been anything but smooth. Teague argues that this kind of resistance, whether from players or the league itself, isn't just unfair, it's bad business. In his view, Caitlin deserves more respect and support, especially given how much attention and growth she's brought to the game. And when it comes to seeing the broader impact of a player like Caitlin Clark, who better to weigh in than Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas, the legendary point guard known for his court vision and basketball IQ, didn't hold back when asked about Caitlin. With 2 NBA championships and years of experience as a coach and executive, Thomas praised her talents and impact, but just when it seemed like a straightforward compliment, he added a surprising twist that left everyone thinking twice.
I think it's great what she's done, and I think it's great what the media and the WNBA and marketing and the players are doing, because, you know, controversy is not good, but, you know, controversy.
Isaiah Thomas pulled off a masterclass delivering praise, shedding light on behind-the-scenes politics, and calling out the ugly side of Caitlin Clark's treatment, all without stirring the pot too much. It was subtle, sharp, and spat-in. Let's be real, controversy sells. And when Caitlin entered the WNBA, the media storm around her wasn't just about basketball. The drama drew clicks, views, and headlines. Thomas clearly sees the game behind the game, but he's smart enough not to add fuel to the fire. If Caitlin's looking for support from NBA royalty, she'd do well to tune out the noise and listen to voices with real credibility. Enter Kevin Garnett, a former MVP NBA champion, and one of the fiercest competitors the league has ever seen. Garnett's opinion carries serious weight, known as the big ticket. He jumped straight from high school to the pros and dominated for over 2 decades. He knows what it takes to rise, to endure pressure, and to silence doubters. And when Garnett speaks on Caitlin Clark, his words aren't just encouragement, they're validation from someone who's been through the fire and come out.
what they're allowing some of these players. Anybody that does something flagrant to this young lady for what she's brought to the game should be suspended and fined big time for doing that.
Kevin Garnett knows a thing or two about pressure, and in his eyes, the tough treatment Caitlin Clark is getting, it's not just expected, it's part of the path to greatness. Garnett believes the best players are forged in adversity. The physical play, the trash talk, the relentless defense, it's all part of the test. And for someone like Caitlin, he says, that attention isn't a problem, it's a compliment. If defenses are locking in on her, it's because they know she's a threat. His advice, embrace it, stay locked in, and let it fuel the fire. But not everyone sees it the same way. NBA Hall of Famer Rick Barry came out swinging with a passionate defense of Caitlin Clark. He didn't sugarcoat a thing, doubt the criticism she's faced from some WNBA players as rooted in jealousy and fear. Barry made it clear Caitlin's talent speaks for itself, and the hate she's received only proves how much she's shaking up the game. His message, stop the noise and recognize greatness when you see it. Caitlin Clark has earned her
Don't know the value that she's bringing for all of them. She bringing, they flying private planes now. They weren't flying private before she came. They on major networks now. They weren't doing that. See, she remind me of Tiger Woods.
NBA legend George Gervin, known as the Iceman for his cool demeanor and silky scoring, also stepped in to stand behind Caitlin Clark, and he didn't hold back. Gervin directly called out the disrespect aimed at Caitlin, making it clear that her talent isn't just impressive, it's undeniable. He emphasized that instead of tearing her down, the basketball world should be lifting her up. His message was loud and clear. Caitlin Clark is the real deal, and she deserves recognition, not resistance. Coming from a Hall of Famer, defense speaks volumes. It was more than just support, it was a statement to every critic that Caitlin's greatness isn't just emerging, it's already here, and the legends are taking notice.
I usually stay out of these conversations, but with Caitlin Clark, I can't stay silent anymore. What she's doing right now isn't just special, it's transformational for the game of basketball. The league needs to wake up and show her the respect she deserves, or we risk losing her talent to Europe. And trust me, that's not something the league can afford.
Jordan speaks. The entire sports world stops and listens. He's not one to throw out opinions lightly, so when he breaks his silence, you know it means something. For years, MJ has remained quiet on today's rising stars, carefully staying out of the spotlight when it comes to current players. But Caitlin Clark, she's different. Something about her game, her presence and her impact has pushed Jordan to step forward recently. The GOAT made a rare public statement this time about Caitlin's meteoric rise and what it means for the future of basketball, and he didn't just praise her, he issued a warning. Jordan made it crystal clear. If the league doesn't recognize and protect what Caitlin brings to the court, they risk missing out on a generational talent and a chance to elevate the game like never before. His message was bold, direct, and impossible to ignore. When MJ speaks, it's more than commentary, it's a turning point.
Down, she was like, she's not gonna hit that shot, and bam, like damn, she's not gonna hit that shot, man. Like if I say 10 times you're not gonna hit the shot and you hit the shot, that means you.
Michael Jordan speak out so directly is rare, so rare. In fact, that some fans questioned if the footage was even real. Could MJ really have gone public with such a bold take? Was it genuine, or just another clever internet edit? But whether you believe it at first or not, one thing is certain. His comments about Caitlin Clark lit a fire across the basketball world that isn't going out anytime soon. And just when it seemed like the spotlight on Caitlin couldn't shine any brighter, another NBA icon stepped in with perfect timing. Shaquille O'Neal made headlines of his own with a moment that stunned everyone. Appearing on Angel Reese's podcast, yes, Caitlin's most vocal on-court rival Shaq delivered a full-throttle endorsement of Clark's game. No hesitation, no sugarcoating. He praised her right there, in front of the one person who's been most critical of her. It was a bombshell moment. The big diesel backing Caitlin Clark in the unlikeliest of places sent a message loud and clear. This isn't just hype, she's the real deal. Even her fiercest critics had to take notice. And now it's time to hear what Shaq had to say, because when a legend speaks this boldly, the whole Magic Johnson isn't just an NBA legend, he's also deeply involved in the future of women's basketball. As a part owner of the Los Angeles Sparks, Magic has a front row seat to the growth of the WNBA, and he pays close attention to everything unfolding on and off the court. Recently, the 5-time NBA champion and Hall of Fame point guard weighed in on one of the league's biggest storylines, Caitlin Clark. Johnson offered thoughtful commentary on Caitlin's rising influence, acknowledging how quickly she's becoming a key figure in the league's evolution. But Magic didn't stop there. He also highlighted the wave of talented rookies entering the WNBA this season, noting that this class led by players like Clark is sparking a surge of excitement and reshaping the league's energy. From a man who helped redefine the NBA, these words aren't just casual observations, they're a sign that women's basketball is entering a new era. And Caitlin Clark is right at the center of it.